Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? Well, at least it's tonight here. It's tonight here on the West Coast, 6 o'clock. This is our time to spend with you. If you're over on the East Coast, 9 p.m. I want to thank you folks for joining in and being a part of the show tonight. Carlos, while he's here with us, is kind of incognito. He's got some things going on, and he's following the show, but he's at a gathering and won't be active like usual. So tonight you're stuck with me, and my name is Brad Stewart. Thanks for joining us. One of the big things we wanted to do, number one, is just say thanks for being a part of our following. Thanks for being with us. But let's jump right in the middle of this, because we've got some pretty serious things that are happening and going on. So we wanted to try to get as much covered as possible in the time that we have going tonight. So, hey, one of the big things that has come up is, have you guys been watching what's going on with the stock market lately? You've been following either the Dow Industrials or the S&P 500? Because if you're not, it's time for you to buckle your seat and hang on. I mean, this is seatbelt mandatory times when it comes to the market. We want to cover some things that will give you a taste of where it looks like our economy is going and how we're going to be prepared for that. A couple of weeks ago, we chatted about how risk when it comes to your retirement savings is a major concern for those that are heading towards retirement. You know, if you're in that red zone, this becomes very, very critical. But do you remember that our suggestion that would equip you with the wherewithal to take on risk and meet it head on and overcome it? Let's review that. Let's take a look at that. Number one, we want to make sure that you know the risks that are coming your way. Number two, be sure that you choose a strategy that will prepare you to meet your risks head on. And number three, don't procrastinate. Move forward, and move forward now. Take those 3 points and store those in your mind, if you would, because there's some stuff happening right now that makes this very, very critical for what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, due to some of the serious things that are currently going on in the financial markets right now and the market risk, remember that risk? We talked about that recently. That can decimate your savings, your retirement savings. So let's do some review today for your protection. There are some clues that are going on out there that point towards our economy going into, are you ready for this? A recession. Yep, a recession. Remember 2008? That's what I'm talking about. We're already into a bear market, and that's when the index drops more than 20% from a recent high. Just to catch you up, as of yesterday, the S&P 500 was down 22% for the year. Matter of fact, of the 500 entities that make up this index, 495 of them were down yesterday. That means only 5 were up. Okay. One of the big questions we always get is, how long is a bear market going to last? And the bottom line, the real answer here is that nobody really knows. But I can tell you that the 2008 Great Recession lasted for 517 days. I mean, you guys are already feeling the effects of this downturn. You're paying more for gas at the pump. You're paying more for groceries, building materials, and the list goes on and on. I mean, it's just insane what's happening out there. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right now, inflation is at a 40-year high. And this goes all the way back to December of 1981. but the high is at 8.6, all-time high. And it's expected to go higher, maybe even as high as 9% in the not too distant future. Now, some of the other things that are pointing towards this is, did you know that Americans are spending $730 million more per day for gas compared to a year ago? Do you own cryptocurrency? Did you know that Bitcoin is down 67% since its high back last November? While all the financial indices are heading down, the volatility index is heading up. Since January, it's already up 110%. Don't know what the volatility index is? You can always Google volatility index, but in a nutshell, it just lets you know how volatile the markets are right now and what's going on. But the bottom line still comes down to, you get the picture of what I'm trying to present here. Many of the factors that precede a recession are now coming at us faster than we want them to. All the signs are out there. So the next question, and this is a big question that I have for you, goes back to the beginning of tonight's broadcast. Have you chosen a strategy to deal with the market risk that we're in the middle of? And are you moving forward right now to deal with it? Are you doing it immediately? I mean, do you have a plan? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know which direction you're going to go? The whole idea of knowing what the risks are coming at you, as well as the whole idea of how you're going to meet those risks, all comes into play, and it's extremely critical right now. Are you moving forward right now to deal with it? And are you doing it immediately? No procrastination. When it all comes down to it, Carlos and I are in a position where we want to hear from you. Have you emailed us or called us to learn more about the infinite banking concept through Wealth Made Easy for you? Do you know how to install it into your financial plans and maximize it to protect your retirement savings right now? Have you got that all worked out? I mean, when you look at this situation that we're facing right now, it really doesn't look like there's any relief coming our way. So you need to do everything you can to prepare now. If you get a chance here, let me pull this up. You can take a look at our let me pull it up here. Where is it? Here we go. Here's our emails for Carlos, cemillsap@gmail.com. And my email is bradstewartusa@yahoo.com. People have questions. People want answers. With all these things coming at you, and they're hitting at us pretty hard and pretty fast, you want to know what to do to protect your retirement savings. The other thing too is you can always go to our website, wealthmadeeasyforyou.com. Again, that's wealthmadeeasyforyou.com. Don't hesitate. And if you want a more immediate response, just go to the private chat on this site that you're listening in on, and type in your name, your email address, your phone number, and do it in the private chat. We'll connect with you, and we also have a free book for you that we think that while we didn't cover it today, we did go over it a couple of times last week and had some really interesting conversations evolve out of that. And I think it's something that you'd be very, very interested in reading and learning from. What would the Rockefellers do? And it has some very, very interesting concepts and ideas that are involved around the infinite banking concept and how you can plug it in and give you some insight on how to make that happen. So again, here's our email address. That's cemillsap@gmail.com. And mine is bradstewartusa@yahoo.com. I'm not seeing anybody jumping in there right now, so we'll hang on here for a little bit. But y'all, if you got questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're here to help you. We want to be able to take and get you to the place where you can have the safety, the security, the things that you definitely want with those guarantees, not to mention having liquidity to be able to take and pay down some of those bills and eliminate your debt. So get back to us. Let us know what your thoughts are. We always appreciate you guys being here and being a part of our broadcast. This has been a wonderful time. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see if we can get a wave out of Carlos and say goodnight. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll stand by for a little bit, and we'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody. Good night now.